Joining us now from our Cape Town studios is Alon Lits. He's the General Manager for Uber in Sub-Saharan Africa. Now to discuss the challenges facing the smartphone service device that is disrupting the traditional taxi models. Alon, good to have you with us today. Looking at the Sunday newspapers, it seemed as though Uber was definitely managed to delve into a significant opportunity here in South Africa. But now regulatory authorities, not only in Cape Town but in Johannesburg, are taking this quite seriously. Maybe if you walk us through what these regulatory changes are and the impact that it will have on Uber.
Hi, Gugu. Thanks so much for having me. So, as all that we've seen from a regulatory perspective are the comments made by MMC Walters. So there's very little information there. That being said, we have had positive engagement in Johannesburg where we've chatted with the MMC, we've chatted with representatives of the provincial regulatory entity, and they all see the benefits that Uber brings to the market. They see the job creation opportunities that we create for drivers, and they see the way that we're bringing safe and reliable transport to more South Africans. So on the face of it, regulation sounds like a scary thing, but we see it as a positive move forward that the city of Johannesburg and the province are taking to embrace technology and ensure that we're not in a case where regulation's lagging innovation, which is currently the status quo.
Hi, Alan. So what kind of regulation are you expecting to come through? Because, I mean, in my opinion, Uber have come in and filled a huge gap and made things a lot more efficient. I'm pretty sure if you looked at the stats, it'd be a lot less drinking and driving. And obviously public transport within South Africa is a huge issue. So, I mean, the reading that I did, they were suggesting that they wanted to South Africanize Uber and get more, black ownership involved in that kind of thing. But from the questions I've asked from Uber drivers, a lot of, black drivers own their vehicles, and it creates entrepreneurs. So what kind of regulation do you think they're talking about?
So I think that point is spot on. I think one of the things that makes Uber so relevant in South Africa is the fact that we're empowering previously disadvantaged individuals, giving them the opportunity not to be drivers, but to be small business owners. One of the things that we say during the training process is that the car's your office and you the CEO, and this is your opportunity to make a success of. If anything, we have had discussions and we're looking to form partnerships with both the city of Johannesburg and potentially an organization like CIFA, where we can set up a fund and provide more drivers with access to vehicles, which really are not consumer loans, but are small business loans. So I can't really speculate on what this regulation will be. I'm not privy to what they have in mind. But as far as we are aware, and based on the discussions that we've had to date, I can only imagine that it's positive.
Well, we're happy to hear that the consultations are taking place and that you're willing to cooperate with them. But on the other end, the competitive landscape rather in South Africa isn't as advanced as what you'd see in other developed economies where the likes of Lyft are your major competitors in New York. Is this one of the issues that has come up with some of the regulators and parties that you've engaged with?
So, I mean, we welcome competition. Uber's an open platform. I think there's a misconception that we can't work with existing meter taxi operators, and that's actually not the truth. There are a number of meter taxi operators that continue to operate the way that they did pre-Uber's launch in South Africa, but at the same time, they use Uber and they use the technology to minimize their downtime and maximize their earnings. So we're definitely looking at win-win ways to partner with existing operators. And when we talk about a fund, I know a complaint from existing operators in the past has been that they haven't got the right cars to partner with Uber, but something which we are determined to do in South Africa is give those existing operators the opportunity to upgrade their cars and then partner with Uber and continue to operate in the way they could before.
Alon, thank you so much for your time today. We certainly wish you all the best in your endeavors and getting more insights and rides from your company. That was Alon Lits. He's the General Manager for Uber in Sub-Saharan Africa.